Hello friends, this is Jiftish from Encode Digital. This is part 5 of our deployment of Flask to Linux server series. In the second video, we saw how we can set up our virtual private server and we created the user, locked down the root access, installed, set up the firewall and installed Docker. We did all that manually. In this part, I'm going to show you how we can automate most of that work so that when next time you build up a server, it is a lot quicker and easier. So let's get started, guys. I have reinstalled the operating system Ubuntu 20.04 on our virtual machine to wipe out completely whatever we done previously in the video so that I can have a clean slate and I can show you how the automation scripts work. So when I did that one, so now we will log in into our server with the root access. So this is our IP address and the password. Also what I have done is I have created two scripts. One is the root script, which we will use as a root user. So we will create the user like we did manually. So this will create the user. If I quickly open this one, and let me open it with Notepad, quickly show you. So yeah, it's the bash script. So I've created a class to create a username, and then it will add as a sudo and sftp, which we'll use. So once that is done, then I have created a second user script which we will use when we log in as a user, and that will set up everything. So these are the two scripts, and it will set up the firewall, install the Docker and everything. So these are the two scripts we're going to use to automate. So I will upload all the files to the GitHub, and I will share the link in our video description. So these two ones. So let's start. So I'm going to go to the putty, and I'm going to connect to our now blank server again. So it will be this, and then I'm going to access as a root, and then my password. So now the password is this one. So I'm going to copy Control C. Here I'm going to right click. So when I right click, it will not show. So it has done. So when I enter, then I am into this one. Okay, so now I am into the server. Now what I want to do is I want to copy this folder root script first so that I can run the script on the server. So I will open a terminal here on my local machine, and I am going to run the command. Now previously as we have enabled the SSH, so if the SSH is you have enabled it before, you have to delete that SSH, otherwise it will give you error, it will not work. So the way you can delete on Windows is go to the C drive users and user, and then go to .ssh folder, and then you can delete the non-host file. So let's do again. Okay, so now on our local machine I'm going to run a command scp to send our folder, and I'm going to say -recursive because we want to send the folder rather than just file, and our folder is root scripts, and we're going to send now the user is the root for the server, and then at IP address. So the IP address for our server is this, and then we're going to tell where we're going to copy. So we're going to copy into the home, into the root, and -scripts. I'm going to keep the same name. So enter. It will ask yes, I want to connect, and then it will ask me for the password. Again I will copy the root password, and then I will right click here and then enter, and then it will copy. So let's quickly check. So I will do ls on the server, and as you guys can see, it has created a folder. So let's go into that folder, root scripts, and if I see, then there is a create sh. Firstly we have to amend our files so that we can execute it, which we can do chmod a+w create user. And now another thing we have to do manually is that we have to edit our etc resolve conf file so that we can add a name server 8 name server 8.8.8 so that we can pull the packages for update, upgrade, and later on for Docker as well. So once that is done, now I can run the file, which is great. And if I do that one, and now it is asking me to create a username, which I can do Jivdesh, which is my username, and it will ask me for password, and I'm going to set password, and again ask for reconfirmation, and now it will ask for my full name and various other things. I'm going to leave it there blank, and then it will ask me why to continue, and that's done. So my root exit, the script has created the user, and now I will exit it, login into the server via my name, the username which we created. Again I will log into this one, and then I'm going to open. Now this time I'm going to log in as Jivdesh, and I'm going to give the password which we have set up, so it will log in, as you guys can see. Now we need to copy the second user script so that it can set with the firewall and install Docker automatically. So I'm going to SCP means we have now set up the SFTP as well. So rather than doing via SCP, I can run via the SFTP as well. So let me quickly show you guys. So let's go to FileZilla. So that I want to show you the SFTP is working as well. So I'm going to SFTP and our IP address, and I'm going to run with my username and the password which I have created, and I'm going to quick connect. So it has connected over here, and I can see the here. Let's go to our user script. Actually, let's go to this one, Flask series, and then user script, and I want to copy this one over. Okay, it has copied. We can see that one. If I do ls, as you can see, there is a user script. So what I can do is I want to go into the user script, ls, and then I want to run the setup -vps.ssh. So again I will change that one. I will give it executable access, and then I'm going to go setup -vps.sh. Now we can run our setup bash file. So I'm going to run this one, and it's going to ask me for proceed, say yes, and now it's going to download all the packages. So I will let it download. It will take some time because it's going to install the Docker and everything, and once it's completed I will let you know. Okay guys, now it is done. So it has installed the Docker and everything, and we can see that one with sudo docker version, and it has installed everything. That's it guys. So we have installed everything on the server, and that's how you can use that. Like I mentioned, I will upload all these things to the GitHub, provide the link, and that's end our series. Thanks everyone. Cheers.